never know. You never know.
In the music industry, anyways, people of fame, it's not always synonymous with being lucrative.
No, you're right.
Know? Like you could be really, really famous and really not have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, you're pretty much getting the worst end of...
You guys would be shocked. Like, you'd be shocked just from your perception of being a consumer and like, just like, oh, they're famous.
There's some household names of people who just...
Don't make real money,
They don't make real money.
And like, they'll come to our crib and be like, the fuck? You know what I mean? And they're way more famous than me. They're on the radio, all this shit.
So you're getting bothered for being famous. You can't go out in public, but you're not even making the money to back it up. Where if you go vice versa now, which I think where it's going to trend, people aren't going to want to be famous anymore. They're just going to want to cater to the top 10% of people that really care about them. They're diehard fans, and they're going to make even more money that way. So you're going to get to live your life, and you're going to make more money.
Put it real fucking straightforward for anybody. Don't be confused or like, I guess a better word is like tricked by the charade of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to be famous until they become famous.
Jim Carrey said that.
Seriously,
he said, I hope everyone becomes famous so they can see that there's more to life than that.
Right. It's not only more, there's not only more to life. I'm one-upping Jim on this one. Like, once you become famous, you don't want to be famous anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't realize that right away, you'll realize it later. I'm proud of myself and us for always, I kind of realized that very quickly. And every business decision I've ever made has been with that in mind. What a record deal does, they prey on starving artists and they say, we'll make you famous. And to every kid who's not famous and just wants attention, they want people to recognize their art. And they want to be the glitz and glamour and be the celebrity because they haven't experienced it yet. That makes sense. And it does make sense, like guys like Post, or the real motherfuckers that really pop the fuck off. You can monetize your fame extremely well when you get to that level. Like Post will get a fucking XY, like
they'll do a Dorito commercial and make like
millions of dollars.
Yeah,
like for real, So at that scale, it makes sense, but at what cost? You lose your freedom?
Right.
Because that's what fame is.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your freedom. Mm-hmm. I want my freedom. I want to walk down the beach, the middle of the beach with Brielle, and not that a fan comes up and says what's up bothers me.
No, but you get hassled.
But imagine getting like surrounded, you know what I mean? Surrounded by people.
Here's the difference though. When people come up to you now, they're people that have known you for like 8 years.
Yeah.
People that go up to people like Post Malone, they just know who he is.
Yeah, they know, oh man, yeah.
They don't know fucking anything about him.
Yeah.
They probably know like 2 or 3 songs, but he's so recognizable. And like people have their own egos. They want to take pictures with someone who's famous.
And that's all it is.
That's all they care about. And that's why it feels so shitty to the famous person.
It's signaling. It's like, look at me.
Yeah.
It's
very ego driven.
I'll spend time, like, we ran into fans in Austin, walking down the street. I've seen these guys. They've been reaching out to me. Mm-hmm. We bump into them. I spent the entire day, they slept in my house that night. You know what I mean?
Great guys.
Because they didn't ask for pictures. They're content creators too. They didn't ask for pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They were excited for the experience. And like, I knew they were fans. They knew they were real fans. That's another very advantageous to the way I approached it. When people come up to me, I know they're fans. I'm not force-fed down anyone's throat. You know what I mean? Like, except your girl. But I'm not force-fed. Like, if you know Mike or Mike Stud or you knew Mike or you know Mike now, nobody's, you went and found it. You stumbled upon it, you became a fan. Like if you recognize me in the street, you know what I mean? Like I know it's organic, where with Post, like everyone, like it's just everyone. It's just everyone. So like I have this special connection with somebody who comes up to me because I know they know me, they paid attention, like I'm not all over the fucking billboards and TV and commercial and radio, Like you're an actual fan if you recognize me on the street, And I had 2 fans stayed at our house in Austin. And 2 guys. Spent all fucking night with them. Took them around the bars. Mm-hmm. They couldn't have had him more back. Like they literally couldn't have seen him more behind the scenes. And to that point, it's just like, I get turned off a little bit if they're like, oh, let me get a picture right away. You know what I mean? I'll do it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hang out with them like as much, or like, if you're there for the experience and it's human, like a human feeling, like, oh, we're just having a great time. That's what I'm with,
I know, it's just people are so ego-driven with wanting to be look cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the type of shit that turns me
And
off.
it turns me off too.